Peter Thiel famously said that competition is for losers. In other words, you win by competing in a way where there is no competition because your product is so much better than anything else on the market. But is Thiel right? Is competition really for losers? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what Thiel meant by competition is for losers. And based on my 20 years of experience competing in business, you're going to know exactly how you should position your company, regardless of who you're competing with, and whether or not competition truly is for losers. So let's get started. So what did Peter Thiel really mean by competition is for losers? Well, my take is this. What he's saying is there needs to be significant differentiation between you and your competitors. So what does this really mean? So let's take a look at a few examples of how you can be different than your competitors and win. So differentiation can come in many forms. For example, let me give you these examples. How about Tesla? Yes, Tesla. Battery-powered, lithium-ion battery-powered car versus gasoline-powered vehicles. That was the real differentiation there, was a high-value sedan versus other sedans in the marketplace, but really it was the engine that was the differentiation. Okay, don't like that one? How about this one? What about the iPhone? Think about the iPhone versus all the other phones in the marketplace, right? There was nothing like the iPhone when it came out. So easy to use. The user experience was just incredible. That was really what Steve Jobs was banking on, was this incredible user experience versus the status quo. Here's a third example of how you can compete. And this one's amazing to me. Let's take Zappos. Zappos won by competing on customer support and building a moat around their customer support in a way that no other company did. That was the differentiation that Zappos had. And they built a $1 billion company that eventually got sold to Amazon based on customer support. So as you can see, there are lots of different ways to compete. Now, what's the toughest way for you as a startup to compete? Is price. Yeah, maybe you can find some examples to win on price, but it's so hard to do it. And it's so easy to beat you if you compete on price. How is that? Well, let's say I'm the big competitor and you're the small competitor, and you have a lower priced way of doing things that maybe for me to have to match you, I've got to drop my gross margins, let's say to 5% when they normally are 50. But I've got $500 million in the bank. What do you think I'm going to do? Yep, that's right. I'll drop my price. I'll lose money all day to keep you out of that marketplace. That's what good competitors do. So price is a real difficult one to win on and sustain victory on. The other three, you can do it. Now, back to Peter Thiel's hypothesis. Do you think competition is for losers? In the comments column, put just a simple yes or a no for your beliefs on whether or not competition is for losers. Now for my opinion. My answer is no, competition is not for losers. You have to compete. You have to be aware of what's going on. I totally get what Peter Thiel is saying. Yes, go for the differentiation. Totally blow your competition away. Be as unique as possible in a meaningful way. Always the goal. But you have to be aware of your competition. There are three things that you have to know about your competition. Let's go through them because they're truly important. You can never forget you have competition because every company known to man has competition, always. And to forsake it, not understand what they're doing, is insanity. So let's go through those three things. What do we need to know? Well, the first one's pretty obvious. You have to keep tabs on your competition. What are they doing? Always, always, always. My simple thing, I used to always, in any market that I entered with any product, any business I was running, and always keep a file on the competition. What are their latest product announcements? What are they doing? What have they done in the past? What's their pricing at? What do I know about them? What competitive information is out there? All these things are really important to understand. You want to understand what your competition is doing. That's the first thing. Now for thing number 2. How is the competition positioned in the marketplace versus you? Now, my favorite tool for this is the same one that Steve Jobs used to show the iPhone years ago when he was launching it. And that is a perceptual map. So we're going to show Jobs' perceptual map right now. And you can see it, right? It's so simple. Jobs is showing the positioning of his product versus the competition's product. And he's doing it. This is the beauty of perceptual maps, right? You're doing it on your terms, which is the most important thing. Is we believe that these two things are the most important things in the marketplace to our customers. Here's how we're positioned. Here's how our competition is positioned. You can see the two things that Jobs showed, and you can see how different their product was versus the competition. As long as you're intellectually honest with these things, perceptual maps are great for understanding what's going on with your competition. Use them. Use them well. Now for the third and final thing. What do you think the competition will do going forward? Yeah, this is a guessing game, but it's a reasonable guessing game. And it's really important to put yourself in the competitor's shoes. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. What do you think they're going to do next? How are they going to react to you? If they're a bigger competition with more resources, what can they do to blunt you? You have to think through all of these things as you're thinking about the competition. So let's sum up here, because yeah, competition is important. Yeah, competition is not for losers, because guess what? If you forget you're always competing with somebody, then you know what? You're a loser. So sorry, Peter Thiel, I do not agree with you on this one. Please press the like button if you liked today's video. I'd certainly appreciate that. Let me know your comments about what you learned in today's video below. That would be super important to me as well. And then finally, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more great video content like this from me. I'm Brett at brettjfox.com. Have a great, great day.